Hey everybody, welcome back to We Talk Creepy for our third story, The Dream of a Lifetime. Views are not looking too great for me. My best video right now is the introduction, which is a whole whopping 3 minutes, and I get it, guys. Um, Dinner with Socialites is pretty long. It is a 46-minute video, but it does have 15 views, so at least some people like it. We don't really have all that many likes. Worms has a total of 5, and that's about 8 minutes long. So I'm gonna try and keep my videos under 15 minutes. And yeah, so let's get into it. It's the same humdrum everyday routine for me. I wake up in the morning, brew my coffee, cook my breakfast of eggs and toast. After breakfast, I shower and dress for work. Khakis with a pastel shirt, ankle socks, and brown or black shoes. I drive the same route every day. It never varies, and sometimes I even see the same people flying by and talking on their cell phones while weaving in and out of traffic. I get to work at the same time, and I greet the same people on the way in the door who are always there before me. One of them is Sarah. She's the receptionist and the woman of my dream. She is blonde with dazzling brown eyes that sparkle when the light hits them just right. She always wears a blazer with matching pants or skirt, and her heels always match her undershirt somehow. Today, she has on a light pink button down shirt and heels, her blazer and skirt a dark navy blue. I wave good morning, enter the elevator, and press the button for level 4. I walk to my cubicle and log into my computer. I put on my headset and take the first call that comes in on my phone. Thank you for calling Travel Davil Travel Agency. What is your dream destination? I go through the mandatory questions with the woman on the phone and 20 other men and women, all trying to find family vacations or trying to get away from their kids for a week for a special vacation with their spouse. Ding, 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 ding. My phone goes off. It's lunchtime. I leave the building and go to a little restaurant across the street where I order lunch, which consists of a chicken strip basket with fries and ranch for dipping. I eat, I leave my money on the table with a tip, and walk back across the street to continue work. I wave to Sarah when I return to my cubicle. Back at it. As soon as my headset is on, I go through the standard set of questions with 20 more people before the end of my shift. Finally, when the end of the day rolls around, I put my headset away, log off, and power down my computer. I exit the elevator and wave goodbye to Sarah. My drive home is the same as to work. Same route, same people, same time. When I get home, I have leftovers from the night before meatloaf, potatoes, and gravy. I wash dishes from this morning and from dinner. I go to my game room, power on my computer, log on to Discord, and talk to my buddies who are online or who will be online any minute now. We chat for a while, decide what we're in the mood for, and finally we decide on League of Legends. We win a few, we lost a few. No more than that though, but good time overall. I put on my pajamas, crawl into bed, and go to sleep. The next morning is the same exact thing. Wake up, coffee, breakfast, shower, drive to work. Walk in, wave to Sarah. Good morning, Derek. I stop, dead in my tracks. Good morning. How do you know my name? I've always known your name, but you never look at me long enough for me to wave back, and you're always on the elevator before I can say anything. She giggled. I wasn't on the phone this morning, so I could actually say something. I have to go. Goodbye. I ran to catch the elevator. I got to my cubicle and started up my computer. I answered calls until lunch and went down the elevator. Could I join you for lunch? Sarah's voice caught me off guard as I walked by the desk. Uh, um, I, um, I was stumbling for words. Come on, stupid. Say yes, I thought to myself. I extended my head and said, Well, of course. We walked across the street and ate lunch together. I had a BLT today with fries, and she had a chicken salad. I paid for both of our lunches and left. We went back to work, and I continued to answer calls. dumbfounded that she would ever even consider talking to a guy like me. At the end of the day, she said goodbye and I drove home. This went on for days, for weeks. We got to know each other over lunch and we were hanging out after work and on weekends. Finally, I got the courage to ask Sarah out. I asked her, my dream girl, to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. Our first date was so exciting for me. I had never dreamed of her actually saying yes. I tried to do everything perfect. We went to an Italian restaurant of her choice. We had some glasses of wine and we took our respective vehicles home. She did most of the talking. I was too nervous to talk about myself because I felt I was too boring for her. I was lucky enough to be sitting at the same table as her on an official date. Nothing more had happened. I had gotten a date with my dream girl, and that was so beyond fantastic to me. We started going on regular dates after that, and gradually I talked more about myself and how bland I thought I was. She didn't seem to think so, though. She liked to hear about the things I was into. I played League of Legends, Hearthstone, and The Forest with my friends. Sometimes I played League by myself and a select few other games, but that was beside the point. She enjoyed watching me play games with my friends, and she was always asking questions about the mechanics of the games, which I was more than happy to explain to her. After a few months, we were spending time at each other's apartments and spending the nights. Going to work together, leaving together, it was fantastic. We spent our 1 year anniversary on a week long cruise that we set up through our own travel agency and got a huge discount. It was amazing. We drank great wine, we ate great food, and overall just had a fantastic time with each other. As time went on, the decision of moving in together came about. We were hardly ever home alone anymore. We spent the majority of our time with each other, so it only made sense to move in together. Our first home was a small, one bedroom, one bathroom home with a small fenced in yard. My computer got put into the living room and we used that as our TV and entertainment. I made her an account on the computer so she could do things on there too. I gradually stopped playing games with the guys so much and dedicated more time to my lady and improving things in the house. I wasn't extremely handy, but I could fix leaky pipes and hang shelves by myself. After a few years in our small home, our combined credit was good enough to get a loan for a bigger one. We both wanted kids, and we both knew that we were going to need a bigger home when the time arrived. We searched for about 6 months to find a large home suitable for ourselves and our future children. When we finally found the one, it was a wonderful 3 bed, 2 bath, single story home with a big backyard. It was in the nicer part of town as well. It was close to the school and the playgrounds. Before long, I was buying the engagement ring. I got down on one knee and proposed to her on our 2 year anniversary. We planned the wedding for the following summer. It was beautiful. She was beautiful. And all I can think about is how lucky I was. Shortly after our wedding, we were expecting our first child, a little boy. She wanted to name him after me, and after much argument, I finally agreed. After the birth of our son, it was no more than another year, and we were expecting again. A little girl this time. I picked Fawn for a girl's name, and we were immediately in love with her as we were our son. After Fawn had been born, the agency threw us both a congratulations party, and with that came a huge promotion for me. And Sarah was able to quit and become a full-time stay-at-home mom to care for our children. I worked my way up the corporate ladder in the company. Time flew by, and before it, I knew it, my kids were out of diapers and into school. Junior wasn't a very intelligent boy, and we knew from the time he was a year old. He walked and talked, but it wasn't baby talk. He could tell you exactly what he wanted and form full sentences. He loved to play in the dirt and scare his mom with bugs and creepy crawlies. By the age of 6, we knew he was bored with school, so we actually had him skip a grade to keep him interested and challenged. By 10, he had accumulated a few friends who all enjoyed tearing things apart to figure out what made them tick. Our garage was full of dismantled electronics on any given day, but we were always able to put them back together, usually improved. By 16, Junior was taking college classes and securing himself a future. By 21, he was out in the world working and living on his own. My baby girl Fawn was also so smart. She wasn't placed in advanced classes like her older brother, but she got straight A's in every single class. Nothing but good comments about her and all throughout school. She was the popular girl, the pretty girl, but she was never the mean girl. There was never a mean word uttered out of her lips. When she was in high school, she started a club for kids who didn't have friends, and she would organize games, social events, and anything else that they needed where anyone and everyone was welcome. No one was turned away. My children made me so proud every single day. I always told them so too. My wife and I had done great jobs raising our children. They were always helpful, always kind, always willing to stay after class to help someone in need. I never doubted that my children would make great additions to society. Time seemed to go by faster and faster as the years went on, and finally I was able to retire at the ripe, young age of 65. My children were grown and off to college, and my wife still as beautiful as the day I married her. We celebrated 30 years of marriage with a month-long cruise and guided tour around Europe. By 80, my health and my body were failing. I was too weak to get out of bed some days, and some days I would forget who my wife was. But as my final days came around, I knew that it was time. I held the hand of my ever-loving wife and kissed her hand. I love you, and thank you for giving me the best 60 years of my life, Sarah. I slipped away, and I took my last breath. I saw the light, and there was this awful noise. This noise was loud and persistent. It blared in my ears over and over and over. I woke up with a jolt only to find my phone, and it was going off. And it was Tuesday morning, and I had to go back to work. I skipped breakfast, coffee, and my shower. I drove to work and said good morning to Sarah, and she wouldn't even look at me. I came back home, and now I'm typing this out for everyone to read. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. But I can't go on without her. So these are my final words, my final moments on this earth. And I hope that you've all learned that if it's too good to be true, it is. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in for another episode or video or story or whatever you guys want to call it. But I do want to apologize for like the absolute trash quality that I have presented you with today. This is not my best work. Um, we've had some complications this last month. A couple of grandparents passed away, and me started a new job, and this, that, and the other thing. But it's not an excuse, and I want everybody to know that I'm gonna do better for you guys, for my fans, for my subscribers. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you have any story ideas that you guys are willing to pitch, get a hold of me on YouTube, on Gmail. It's we talk creepy at gmail.com. Spelled exactly like the YouTube channel. OUITALKCREEPY at gmail.com. No spaces, no underscores, no none of that. So thanks again, and I'll see y'all next month. Bye.